Welcome to the Chicago Bears Podcast, a presentation of ESPN Chicago, Chicago's home for sports. Here's your host, Pat, the designer.
J-Mac, as we close this thing out, man, who has the most pressure to succeed on the Chicago Bears this season? There's a ton of pressure to go around. Justin Fields, of course, a name we keep bringing up. I think I have a little bit different take, but who do you think has the most pressure right now to succeed on the Chicago Bears? Coaches, GM, everybody can be involved in this joint. Throw Georgia in there if you need to. Virginia, shout out to you. Love you, Miss McCaskey.
Man, everybody, man. I mean, record last year was 3-14.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got pressure. I mean, this game, the NFL, we talk about not for long, but it's serious, man. It's serious. Like, everybody's got pressure, to perform, to live up to expectations, to even exceed expectations. Getsy, last year was your first year being an OC. Second year you get to implement your system. You got guys who are going to be in your system for the second year.
Yeah.
That wide receiver room, all of those guys have a lot of pressure to perform. DJ Moore, despite what he's done in Carolina, has a lot of pressure to perform because, hey, new system, new team. Can you replicate the success you had in Carolina? Can you be the true number one that they brought you here for? Traded away a lot to get you here. Can you live up to those expectations? Chase Claypool, we talked about him. You gave up, we gave up a second-round pick to get him, right? Didn't live up to expectations last year.
That realistically turned into the last pick of the first round, too, because of Miami. So
right. Darnell Mooney, you got a lot to prove coming off of injury. Offensive line. Braxton Jones. Can you take that next step of development and be that left tackle?
Yeah.
There's so many questions. Tevin Jenkins, are you the guard? Cody Whitehair is supposed to be at center. There's so many questions and a lot of guys that have a lot of pressure on them. Ryan Poles, second year, did you pick the right guys in terms of these draft picks?
Yeah.
Alan Williams, can you stop the run? I mean, there's a lot of
different one. That one right there. Alan Williams, can you stop the run is really the question of the year right now.
and I say Alan Williams, he ain't playing, but at the same time, do you have the personnel and do you have the scheme to stop the run? Defensive line. Can you talk about pressure? Can we get some pressure, please? You talk about pressure. Can we just get some pressure? And I hope they do, because 20 sacks last year, that ain't enough, and there wasn't enough pressure. So we talk about pressure. Can we get some pressure? That's all we need is some pressure. Some.
I think that the most amount of pressure that this team has, unfortunately, is on your two youngest players on the team. I think you're talking about Braxton Jones. I think you're talking about Darnell Wright, because literally they're being talked about. One, Braxton Jones, we didn't draft the left tackle. Ryan Poles believes in you. He is putting you on this, not to say on a pedestal, but he believes that you're going to take this step very much like you did last season, that, okay, he's getting better throughout the season. We like what he's done. We like how he's developing. I think when you look on the right side, I know he's a rookie, but guess what? He's been tasked with the job of being the knighting force or the shining force that's going to keep Justin Fields alive so that he can become the quarterback that we all hope that he's going to be. That's a lot of pressure on a guy that's like his first day. He's like, hi, I'm Darnell. What are you doing? You got to keep this dude alive so that he can be a franchise quarterback for a city that's never had a franchise quarterback. Oh, all right, bet. Yeah, I got you. Like that. Oh, day one? All right, cool. I got you. So I think that the pressure on them, well, I agree with you. There's pressure on everybody, but what you're putting on those two young guys initially, and I think that's why you move Tevin. I think that's why you have Cody go to center. I think that's why you go out and sign Nate Davis, because you knew the pressure that's going to be on those young guys on the outside. I think that is just a little bit higher, because it's literally right. Like, if we're not good, he's sitting here running for 1,000 yards again.
Yeah. And as good as as good as a playmaker as Justin Fields is, and that feat is obviously a huge accomplishment, we don't want that. I want to have 1,000-yard running back. You know what I mean? Like that's like if he's going to take the next step like we need him to do, obviously it has to be in the passing game. It's got to be in the passing game. You know, we need more explosive plays. You know, we need him to be able to go out there, and he may have to win a game with his arm. You know, I don't think there's going to be times now, and defenses catch up. So, you know, these defensive coordinators, they're all smart and innovative. They've done watched all the film last year, all the quarterback design runs that Justin had, and you know, they know he took a lot of shots and things of that nature. So they know that Getsy, you know, he wants to limit that. He wants to scale back on that. And as you see, that's why the Bears bring in a Roshan Johnson. They bring in a Deontay Foreman. They bring in a Travis Homer because they know that, hey, we can't risk our quarterback getting hurt. He can't be our leading rusher this year if we want to be a playoff team. If we want to, you know, add more wins to that win column from last year. So, you know, these defensive coordinators, they know that it's going to be a change.